Hello, my favorite yogis. Welcome to Lee Anderson Yoga. I'm Lee, and I'm very excited you're here to enjoy a yoga practice with me that will help inspire optimism, joy, gratitude, and thankfulness, not only in our heart and mind, but also all through our whole body. So we'll really not only know it intellectually, but we'll feel it from the inside, and then we'll be able to let it radiate out to everybody around us. They may be able to feel it too. So please join me. Lower yourself down kindly onto the mat. And you can sit with your legs crossed, but if that's not comfortable, please you can be kneeling or allow your legs to extend out in front of you. Just a few breath cycles here. Just allowing everything that's brought us up to this moment to just fade away into the background. Any rushing, any craziness, any nothingness, it's all good, but it's not here with us right now. It's in the past. So we'll just leave it there. Allow your arms to relax. Start to feel your leg muscles just become a little bit easier. Maybe there's this heaviness about the hips as you really start to feel your tailbone grounding. And there's that beautiful little sort of energy alertness that radiates up the vertebrae towards the neck and the head. And then just quietly turn your attention towards your natural breath. Seal your lips and breathing in through the nose. Feel the sensations in the nostrils, the back of the throat, and the different sensations as your chest expands and your heart lifts, maybe your belly swells a little. Exhale, draw the belly button into the vertebrae, feel the ribs just contract a little bit to squeeze a little bit of extra breath out. And then it leaves perhaps through the mouth or the nose, returning to air. Gently breathing in. Slowly exhaling and letting go. Breathing in through the nose. Just enjoying that soothing sensation and allowing it to continue just to help you soften around the edges. Exhale, enjoying that feeling of relief, letting go. Beautiful. Just 2 more gentle cycles here. Breath cycles in. You feel that expansion, that help with your structure and form from the inside out. And the breath gathers up the energies that we don't need. Releasing, letting go. Beautiful. Feeling lighter, emptier, cleaner for the next breath to flow in. Exhaling completely, taking your time, there's no rush. And then as you blink open your eyes, lift your hands and let them sit nice and close in front of your heart space. Beautiful. As you breathe in, reach the arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, gentle rotation around towards the left side. Hands just fall, shoulders just relax. Beautiful. Head turning around, looking to the left. Inhale, keep the chest lifted as the arms reach back up towards the sky and then around to the right hand side. Wonderful. Let's return back to center. Reach the arms all the way on up. Hands meet and then come back in front of your chest. Lovely. Reaching the arms out in front of you, keeping the shoulder blades back yet tall. And there's this softness down the side of the neck into the tops of the shoulders. Let's wrap the right arm underneath the left nice and close and let the forearms wrap and maybe the fingers sort of sit on the wrist. As the fingers lift up towards the sky, Breathe in, feel that openness into the back as the air flows in there. It's a little bit harder for the breath to flow into the chest at this space, in this shape. Exhale, feel the shoulder blades slide down the back. Beautiful. Inhale, so you can look up towards the ceiling or the sky. Maybe the elbows lift out in front of you. If you wish on the exhale, you can lower the forearms down towards the crossed shins and just really ease yourself down. 2 breath cycles here. Beautiful. Trying to encourage the breath into the back half of the body. You might end up gasping if you're trying to breathe into the front because there's not as much space there, and the air will flow a lot freer through the back, under the shoulder blades, down where the floating ribs are, and then in towards the back of the hips. Beautiful. Exhale completely, surrendering in. And as you inhale, ground through the hips, tuck the chin to the chest, lift all the way on up as the arms unravel and they just reach behind us. They'll help support our body weight as we rock back on the sacrum. And if your legs are crossed, please cross them the other way. If they are extended out in front of you, just keep them exactly as they are. Beautiful. Hands come back to heart center. Inhale, raise the arms up. Gentle rotation to the right as you exhale. Beautiful. Feeling those shoulder blades just circle around the back of the ribs as the side of the neck softens. Inhale, raising the arms back up to the center. Exhale around to the other side. Inhale, returning back up to center. Feel the hips heavy and the ribs nice and light. Palms meet as the hands slide back down through your heart space. Beautiful. Reach the arms all the way out in front. And this time we wrap the other arm in underneath. Let them circle around. Just breathe in. Allow the elbows to lift out in front. As the shoulder blades settle and the sides of the neck, relax into the tops of the shoulders. Just give the body a little bit of time to accommodate this new shape so the breath has somewhere to go. Encourage it into the back space of the body. As you breathe in, you can look up and smile and elbows can lift out in front of you. As you exhale, hips are grounded and the upper body just curls forwards. You're really turning inward here, nice and close to your core energy. Take your time with the breath, letting it flow, circulate, explore within you. Fabulous. Slow out breath. Completely let it all go. Hips ground, tuck the chin, roll all the way back on up. Slowly unravel the arms and then let them reach behind you again. Beautiful. Inhale, open the heart up. Exhale, gently, just find somewhere nice and easy and neutral as we lift the legs and we transition onto hands and knees. So we're moving into a cat-cow flow here. So cat is when we push the fingertips down and arch the back up and around, really lengthening through the back body of the spine. As you inhale, we come back through neutral. We start to look up with a smile. Shoulder blades nuzzle into the back of the ribs. Heart opens forward. Tailbone tips on up. That's the inhale. Exhale, push the fingertips down again. Roll back through cat. Really tucking the tailbone under. Excellent. Inhale. Feel the breath flow in through the nose, the back of the throat, across the chest, perhaps down towards the belly. It might stretch as that tailbone picks all the way up. Exhale. One more beautiful movement through the vertebrae. Encouraging longer, deeper, fuller breaths. But if you need to breathe an extra cycle anywhere along the way, absolutely please do. Then just come into neutral. Walk the feet back. Feel a stretch through the back of the legs as you squeeze into the glutes and a little bit of strength here into the shoulders. Bend the knees and then we're going to tip the hips up towards the sky into our downward dog. Fabulous. You can walk the feet a little bit further forward if you wish.
Breathing in and feeling the air as if it's an energy drawn up through the arms, through the earth, into the sides of the waist, to the hips. Softening, releasing as the leg muscles just unravel and unwind. That helps the heels a little closer to the floor. Beautiful. This time with the breath in, try to spread the ribs crossways, sideways, especially into the tops of the shoulders, just so there's space and you're not too squashed up near your ears and neck. Exhale, knees have a little gentle bend in them. Beautiful. Underneath the feet, it's all sort of warm and soft and tingly. We're going to walk the feet forwards towards the hands, so round the back and keep the hips up nice and high. Beautiful. Feet walk towards the fingers. Inhale, the upper body, half lift. Exhale, flow back down. Beautiful. Another inhale, lift on up. Exhale, flow back down. So we're trying to get more length through the upper body, out of the hips, keeping the feet nice and steady and grounded. And this is quite energizing for the legs. Beautiful. Bend the knees, lower the hips a little. We're going to roll up to standing, so take your time. Shoulders will eventually lift, and then on the exhale, shoulder blades will just melt down your back. Palms will start to face towards the front of your body. Couple of breath cycles here. If you feel like you need to adjust your t-shirt or your clothes at all to be a little bit more comfortable, I totally get that. That feels better. So sometimes every now and then we need that external adjustment to help the energies flow a little bit easier on the inside as well. Wonderful. So we've got a gentle sun salutation. As you inhale, bring the hands to heart center, ground down through the legs. Beautiful. Exhale, release the hands again and just feel that lengthening into the front of the arms as your heart opens and you smile. This time with the inhale, we reach the arms up. Bend the knees. Lovely. Exhale, tip forwards towards the toes. Feel the spine lengthen on out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right leg only. We're going to step that leg back, so softly land the right knee as you curl on up into a low lunge. Hands will come to the hips just to help steady you and you feel aligned. And then the heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Let the ribs float up away from the hips. And as you exhale, right arm comes forward, left arm comes back. So this is a beautiful twist through the upper body and the waist. Lovely. Lift the arms all the way back to center. And the hands come back in front of the heart space. Elbows just softly lower. We're going to reach forwards over the front foot. And we're going to step that left foot back into our plank. We have a Vinyasa Flow. Beautiful. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lower the body down softly on the knees, thighs, belly, chest. Inhale, look on up as the shoulder blades squeeze into the back of the ribs. Exhale, flow back down through, arms push the floor away, and you're on hands and knees. Now you can stay here if you wish, or take another inhale and lift the hips up into the sky. Knees are soft, lovely, this beautiful lengthening through the arms and the back. Oh, and there's that unwinding, unraveling through the legs. It's also lengthening, but in a different way. Beautiful. So another full breath cycle here, trying to breathe sideways and into the back body, not just the chest or the belly. Oh, enjoy that relieving exhale. So thinking about the right leg again as we bend the knee and bring it in underneath us. Softly land the left knee and just bring the hands to the hips for our low lunge. Then the hands come to the heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, left arm forwards, right arm back from the shoulder blades. Yeah, hands stretching away from each other. Beautiful. Back up to center, palms meet, slide back down, and then we flow over the front leg. Beautiful. Take a moment here to set up because we're going to step forwards. You've got to push your right foot down so this back left foot can just float up and stand next to the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, full forward fold. Bend the knees. Roll on up to standing. Let's keep those arms moving, floating as they return together right up above the head. Lovely. Hands lower down, just through the center line for the thumbs to rest in front of the heart space. Feel the shoulder blades continue to find their own way down into the middle back. Inhale, heart lifts.
Exhale, release the arms. Beautiful. Inhale, reach the arms up, bend the knees. Feel that length through the body. Exhale, tip forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees so the hands can support you as that left foot steps back this time and the left knee lands gently. Hands on the hips, rolling up into that low lunge. Fantastic. Breathing all the way up and in. Left arm forwards, right arm back. Gentle twist, trying to keep the sides of the neck and the shoulder blades relaxed. Beautiful. Return the arms as you come back facing the center. Now we're going to take both hands behind us. So a little bit of a roll through the shoulders as the hands reach towards each other behind us. Now you can keep the palms together and the fingers together like Anjali Mudra, or you can interlace the fingers. Beautiful. Breathe in, open the heart forwards. Exhale, just come back up to neutral. Let's do that again. Bend the elbows. Breathe in. Feel the front of the shoulders stretch away from the sternum. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Gentle arch backwards. Grounding down through the right foot. Beautiful. Gently release back to neutral. Hands unravel. Frame the front foot. And we're going to step the right foot back into our plank. And we have that Vinyasa Flow. So if you'd rather rest on hands and knees and just flow through some cat-cows, especially for you, please do so. Otherwise, breathing in, pushing the fingertips down. Exhaling, lowering the body down nice and kindly. Knees, thighs, belly, chest. Tops of the feet press into the floor as the crown lifts with the inhale and you smile. Exhale, flow back down and through. Push the floor away. Woo. Tuck the toes and lift the hips. Feel that rush of warmth, that energy that's working, stirring you up from the inside. Oh, and that relief, that letting go and satisfaction with the out breath. Fingertips pushing down, stretching the mat away. A little bit longer and straighter through the arms into the torso. Slow, gradual exhale. Lovely, one more breath cycle here. Exhaling completely, thinking about the left foot as the knee bends and steps in underneath us, and we lightly land that right knee. Beautiful. Roll on up. Hands start at the hips. Heart center. Inhale, stretch on up from the ribs, shoulders all the way up through the arms, and then there's that rotation. Right arm forwards, left arm back. Beautiful. Back up to center. Hands meet here. And then they just fall back down behind us. So if you need to take a minute to re-establish your balance here, absolutely fine. Bend the elbows in. Inhale, let the heart open upwards, forwards. As the sides, the front of the neck soften. Let's do that again. Bend the elbows. Inhale and really round so the face can look on up. We just gently arch backwards, but keeping the spine as long as we can. Beautiful. Slowly ease back upright as the fingers let go. And we frame the left foot. We're going to stand forwards. Left foot pushes in. Right foot steps in. Beautiful halfway lift. Exhale, full forward folds. Really let the spine unravel and fall away. Bend the knees, push the feet down, rolling up to standing. Nice. Palms meet. Float back down the heart space. Let's sneak in one breath cycle here just to gather our energies up so we can catch up in and amongst the mix. Beautiful. Inhale, raise the arms. You can look up, you can bend the knees, you can arch back if you wish. Just be gentle and kind. Exhale, bow forwards. Legs are holding you strong as the upper body just relaxes down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, ground the hands, right foot steps backwards and that knee lands lightly. Beautiful, roll on up. Let's rest the hands on the heart space. You can take that foot a little bit wider here if you wish. Lovely, hands to heart center. Reach all the way on up. Gentle rotation, left arm forwards. Whoops, right arm forwards, left arm back. Back up to center. Hands come back down to the heart space. We're going to reach around behind us, interlace the fingers. Inhale, heart shines forward, soften the face, go easy on the jaw. Oh, that was much easier that time. Beautiful, ease on up. Now, release the hands to the inside of the left foot here. Allow time for your spine to lengthen, and you might even feel that inner thigh need to reposition here beautifully. Wonderful. We're going to let this left leg just fall to the outside. So we're starting to feel a stretch through the outside of the thigh. So the foot's resting on the little toe, like the blade side. Also feeling a stretch through the inner thigh, opening up into the groins. Now we're going to stay here for another 3 breath cycles. So if you've got the strength in your right glute and you want to straighten your left leg, you can. But please keep pointing that tailbone in the opposite direction of your crown. So if you can't do that with the leg straight, just lower the knee down and just relax. Just let the energies just fall away with that leg. Beautiful. So let's lift that left knee up, grounding into the foot, and we're going to step the leg back into that plank, ready for that Vinyasa Flow. If you'd rather do a cat and cow, please enjoy those movements there. Beautiful. Breathing in. Exhale, lowering down. Nice and steady. Tuck those elbows in. Lovely. Inhale, heart opens. Exhale, flow back down. So really lengthen the spine all the way on out before you push the floor away. Tuck the toes and lift the hips. Downward dog. 3 breath cycles here. So if you'd rather have a little rest in child's pose or enjoy cat and cow for a few more breath cycles, absolutely. Breathing in, letting the ribs expand so they lift up into the shoulder blades. Feel that softening where the upper body meets the neck. Exhale, legs just hanging heavy, longer and longer. Heels closer to the earth. Bending the right knee, bringing it underneath and forwards. Left knee lowers gently as we rise on up. Sort out the wardrobe if you need. Hands on the hips. Feel settled. Heart center. Inhale, arms raise. Left arm forwards, right arm back. Breathe into the heart space. Shoulder blades lift away from the back and then stretch away from each other. Awesome. Back up through center. Hands meet at the heart space just to check in, and then they reach behind us. Fingers interlace. Inhale. Slowly exhale. Bring both hands down to the inside of that right foot. Take a moment to readjust or reposition any which way you need to so you feel like you've got that spine nice and long. And that front right leg is just going to fall to the outside on the little toe side. Not a lot happening here through the left knee, but make sure that knee's comfortable and it's not hurting on the floor surface. So you might need an extra pillow or blanket or something in underneath. Beautiful. Letting that right leg relax. 3 more breath cycles. So if you wish to extend the left leg, squeeze into the glutes. So your energy is now not just from the tailbone, from the crown, but through the entire body, all the way down through the inside of the left leg, inside of the ankle. Beautiful. Equal pressure down through the hands, and that right leg is just relaxing, falling away, lengthening of its own accord. Excellent. Exhale completely, and then just gently let that left knee settle back down and gather up the right knee. So we're preparing to step forwards. Push the right foot down, left leg floats. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, full forward folds. Really let the upper body just fall longer, vertebrae at a time down the front of the legs. Beautiful. Bend the knees, roll on up, arms expand. As the palms meet, feel the skin cells and that really light touch until they lower back down in front of your heart. Beautiful. 2 breath cycles here in peaceful pose. So notice how calm the mind is, how clean the body is beginning to feel, and just how optimistic and positive and excited you are for the next stage in the practice. Fabulous. Please allow the hands to catch the hips. Oh, there they are.
We're going to raise the right leg and step it backwards into a lunge. So left foot is down, hips are tucked under. Hands can come into heart center because that's always a good spot for them to start. Let's take the hands all the way up to the sky. And let the hands, the palms, just cup the back of the neck. As you breathe in, it's the elbows that reach away from each other as well. So feel that openness down through the bicep, the forearms, and perhaps that right knee needs to bend a little bit more for the tailbone to tuck under. Gentle rotation here, so keep the legs as steady as you can, hips aligned square. Breathe in, rotate around towards the left side, elbows still stretching away from each other. Gently back through center, take your time here. And if you wish, we're going to rotate around towards the right hand side. Oh, that's harder, isn't it? Back to center. Lovely. Fingers lift all the way on up and float back down to catch the hips. So now we're going to pivot on the feet. I'm going to come into a wide angle or a wide stance. Lovely. Have a shake out of the legs or the hips if you wish. Breathe in, let the heart open as the shoulders just rest back. Exhale, stay strong in the legs, bow forwards. Fabulous. Take another breath in, ground down through the balls of the feet and really feel the back of the legs open up as the upper body just releases down in between in front of the legs. 2 more breath cycles here. Try not to fidget through the feet and try not to push the hips back. We want our upper body weight to be balanced in front of the legs. Slow the breath down, no rushing, elbows out wide. Beautiful. Exhale completely. Tuck the chin to the chest, bend the knees a little as you roll on up, back to standing. Fabulous. So stay exactly where you are. And I just want to show you this next pose. It's the same forward fold, but our arms are going to windmill. So our hands will come here, stay upright just for a brief moment, and I'll give you a quick demo. And then we reach right arm to left foot, back to heart center, left arm to right foot, back to heart center, bend the knees, and roll on up. You're going to come with me? Beautiful. Inhale, heart lifts into the thumbs. Back stays long and straight, legs steady. Exhale, bow forwards. Bow forwards. Let the upper body hang out of the hips. Beautiful. Inhale, right arm to left foot. Left arm reaches all the way on out from the shoulder, bicep, elbow, forearm. Slowly returns, hands to heart center in front of you. If you need an extra breath cycle here to feel sort of balanced and equal, please do. And then the left arm reaches to the right foot. Right arm extends up. So really let that right shoulder blade draw backwards to help open the chest forwards. Neck softens, breathing in, lifting the hand all the way on up. Beautiful. Slowly returning the hands back together in front of your heart. Bend your knees, breathe out, tuck the chin. Roll all the way on back up. Easy peasy. Hands can catch the hips as we turn the feet around to the other side for that lunge. Bending the knees, tucking the tailbone under. Oh, feeling fantastic. Hope you do too. Hands, heart center. Reaching up, all the way on up. Fabulous. Bend the elbows so the hands just rest behind the base of the neck, the head. Lovely. So we're not pushing the fingers into the neck. We really want the head just to rest into the hands like a hammock. Taking a beautiful breath in. And that left elbow is going to rotate around to the right side. Right elbow is going to pull back. Keep the elbows stretching away from each other as you return back through center. Take a moment here if you need to help realign the hips. Keep your hips square. Breathe in. Rotate around to what you would think was the easier side, but it's not. Not for me. Hopefully it is for you. And then return back to center. Beautiful. Reach the arms up. Let them float all the way back down towards the hips. And let's return to that wide angle. Stretch again. Beautiful. So the toes are out a little bit. You can take a wider stance this time if you want. And we've got that same windmill arm action again. Hands to heart center. Inhale. Crown lifts. Exhale, bow forwards, really pointing that tailbone out behind us. Lovely. Inhale as the right arm comes to the left foot. Left arm reaches on up. Left shoulder blade lifts up, opening the heart forwards. Beautiful. Slowly return the hands back in front of the heart. Take an extra moment here if you need it. Exhale completely. Let it all go. And then the left hand reaches to the right foot as the right arm raises up and we look out to the right side. Try not to push backwards through the hips. Want to really press down through the feet, and then that lightness of energy floats up the legs, up through the arms, heart opens forward. Beautiful. Slowly return those hands back to heart center in the middle. One breath cycle here. Exhale, bend the knees, tuck the chin and roll on up to standing. You're doing amazing. Fantastic. Sun Salutation B. Let's bring those feet a little bit closer together. Walk back towards the front of our mat. So Sun Salutation B will have some warrior ones in the middle, but we'll begin finding chair pose. So hands to heart center. Exhale, bend the knees, tailbone points backwards. Inhale, raise the arms if you wish, and keep those inner thighs squeezing in together into chair. So we still want extension here through the spine. Try not to let your upper body squash down. Try to lift, breathe in, rib stretch up away from the hips. Beautiful. One more breath here. Feel the shoulder blades nuzzle into the back of the ribs. Gently exhale and just let the upper body roll forwards, down over the legs. Beautiful. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Now both feet are going to walk backwards this time into our plank. Both feet have walked backwards. Beautiful. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower the body down through chaturanga into easy cobra, lengthening the back of the neck. Exhale, flow back down and through. Push the floor away, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. One breath cycle here. Whew. As our right knee bends, right foot comes underneath, steps forward. Beautiful. Roll on up and then ground down back through the left foot as the arms steady in front of our heart space and reach up into the sky. Warrior one. So take a few breath cycles. Fidget through the feet a little if you have to, but then find stillness and commit to where they are rather than keep trying to shift the game. Feel the hips wanting to square towards the front, breathing into the back space of the lungs, the side of the lungs, and just allowing the arms to effortlessly lift and expand, rising on up. Beautiful. Let's lower the hands towards the hips, and we're going to straighten that leg. Beautiful. Start to square through the hips, reach the arms out to the side, and tip forwards into triangle. Now, if you feel like your feet are too far apart and you want to step that back foot in a little, absolutely you can. Drawing energies up through the right leg into the hip so that the tailbone points further that way, aligning the spine this way. It's okay to have that left arm just resting on the body, wherever you wish. Breathing in, letting the heart open forwards, shoulder blades guiding the back, nice and straight and strong. Lovely. Another breath cycle. Feel that lift, that lightness, that positivity. That joy. Lovely. Bending the right knee as the upper body tips all the way on back up. Hands come back to the hips and just square the body into that warrior one shape, and then we'll flow over the front of the legs. So land the hands, step the right foot back, and we have high plank ready for our Vinyasa Flow, or you can just rest on hands and knees, cat-cow if you wish. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to open and expand and rise. Exhale, flow back down through, push the floor away, tuck the toes, lift the hips. One breath cycle here, thinking about the left leg because it's going to bend and come in underneath us. Beautiful. We're going to roll all the way on up
Hands will catch at the hips as we ground the back foot down on a bit of an angle, and then start tucking the tailbone under, guiding that knee forwards. Beautiful. Hands to heart center. Reaching on up. Warrior one. Fabulous. Releasing the hands back down. Straightening the front leg. Taking the arms out, excuse my back, as we draw that left thigh bone up into the hip socket so that the whole torso tips over to the side. We're really trying to keep the left and the side bodies the straight, equal straight length rather than round through the back. So keep breathing down into this base of the left body here to give you support from the inside out. As you breathe in, right arm reaches higher. Beautiful. Torso expands into a new shape on the exhale. One more breath here. Slowly and gradually exhale completely. Beautiful. Bend the left knee, hands catch onto the hips, and just return the body back in line facing the front of the mat. Flowing over the front leg. Beautiful. Stepping back into Vinyasa Flow. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower down through your chaturanga into easy cobra or extended on up. Exhale, flow back down. Spine is super long, to belly's braced. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward dog. Let's have 3 breath cycles here. So you can breathe as fast or as slow as you like. You can take the feet a little bit wider if that helps feel a little bit balanced since we're here for a little bit longer. Energizing through the arms, really stretching the mat away. Hips rising on up, feeling that length in the side body, that beautiful opening through the back of the legs, calves, ankles. Try not to shrug the shoulders too. Allow a little bit of space between the tops of the shoulders and your ears. Exhaling completely. Just letting go. That's all you need to do. And then both feet are going to walk forwards. We're going to move towards chair pose. So bring the legs nice and close together. Thighs squeeze together as you bend the knees and lower the hips, and hands start to rise up. Maybe with the breath, maybe with grace. Bring the palms of the hands together just to help you balance left and right. Meet in the middle somewhere. Allow the shoulders just to be easy, effortless. Tailbone pointing down towards the floor. 2 more breath cycles, trying to lift the pelvic floor up. And on that exhale, draw the belly button into the spine. 1 more here. Amazing. Stay with it with the exhale. Push the feet into the floor, let the hands return to heart center. Release the hands back down by your sides and catch your breath. Well done. You can give the fingers a wriggle. You can give the shoulders a wriggle. Just feel that amazing energy that you've inspired. Just feel it circulate all through you. And encourage the body just to soften. We're going to gently lower ourselves down towards the floor. We're going to start sitting on our bottoms with our knees bent and our feet about hip width apart. So take your time in doing that. We're going to lower our back all the way down. So hands can walk you back, or you can hold on to your hamstrings, whatever feels comfortable. Realign so that the lower back really sits flat in between the hips. Feel the shoulder blades flatten and the back of the ribs just sort of nestle into the shoulder blades. Arms reach down by your sides. So let's have the palms facing up just for a minute, just as we breathe and relax. And it helps sort of the muscles relax a little bit quicker. We really fall into our own magical space
because the muscles don't have to work to hold ourselves up. So physically, they can relax physically. And that beautiful energetic peacefulness and calmness just sort of floods us again, floods into the warm, luscious blood. Try not to be in a hurry to do anything or wait for the next pose, or just be content with just being here now, and that will help you notice any tensions that might even just be bad habits. Don't make any judgments, just notice and offer the breath and let the breath soothe and encourage them to relax and let go, forming a new habit. Excellent. So now we're going to encourage the sides of the legs to relax a little bit more by bringing the right knee in towards the chest and then pivoting through the hips, resting the ankle on the left knee. So we've created a bit of a figure 4 shape here. And as we lift the left foot, we'll start to feel that stretch through the outside of the thigh. So this is a little bit like what we did before when we were in lizard pose, and we were letting the leg relax to the outside. But our body was working because our body had to hold ourselves up in sort of that push-uppy low lunge position. But now the upper body doesn't need to support itself. The upper body's relaxing. So you might feel that stretch a little bit more obvious, a little bit more intense right now. So if there's any sharp pain, just ease back a little bit. But if it feels good, you might even want to encourage that left knee a little bit closer. Just keep this right leg falling out and away. One more breath here, just letting the breath flood the chest down into the belly. Let it pool, circulate, and slowly let it leave. Beautiful. We're going to let the left foot rest on the floor. And our right leg's going to wrap around the left a little bit more. You might even be able to tuck the foot in behind the calf. It's okay if you can't, you want to leave it out, but that's an option. Beautiful. Let the left hand guide the legs over to the left side. Right arm can reach upwards or backwards. Sometimes upwards helps with that sort of lengthening energy through the side of the body, through the vertebrae in the back of the shoulders. And that right hip, we want it to sort of lift on up and fall towards the heels rather than collapse back into the belly. You want to let that belly space, the lower back area, be free for the breath to flow in, clean house, flow out. Wonderful. Guide the legs back up to center. Let the right leg return and just let it rest on the floor. Just feel the skin cells on the base of the feet just sort of get absorbed by your mat or your surface. Walk the feet a little bit wider and let the knees fall in towards each other. Arms can return back down by your sides with the palms up, because that offers a sort of real sort of openness, real receptive gesture there of being willing, maybe a little bit vulnerable. Let the inner thighs relax. Let the hamstrings relax, even just sort of loosen and hang like a hammock. Same with the calves. Fabulous. Lifting the knees and returning the feet so they're nice and rested. Now our left leg, knee comes in towards the chest, so we're length through the back of the hamstring. Pivot through the hip and let the left leg fall out. Give it a moment here if you need to, just for those muscles to organize themselves around the bone. And then the right knee can start to lift up as the left leg relaxes out to the side. If you wish, you can hold on to the hamstring, providing this isn't compromising or creating any sort of squashing or suffocating here through the neck, the chest, the armpit area. And breathing with sound.
without being critical or judgmental, just being aware of that, how good it feels to breathe out with a little bit of a sigh or a lot of a sigh. Left leg continues to relax and fall away. Face softens, skin smooths, eyelashes just sort of rest and fold in. Beautiful. Slowly lower the right leg. Let the arms rest out to the side as the left leg wraps a little tighter in and around. Maybe the foot tucks, maybe it doesn't. And then the knee just sort of keeps rolling all the way over to the right hand side. Just check in with how you're feeling through the left shoulder blade. Make any adjustments which are going to feel more comforting and supportive for you. Letting a big breath, a really full breath, fill you right down to the belly. So that top hip, that left hip, keeps wanting to roll back towards the heels. Just being here, just simply breathing, feeling alive, feeling grateful, feeling optimistic. And helping the knees return back to center, letting that left leg unravel, and just letting both legs just rest with the knees bent and the feet flat. They don't have to touch, but just let the bones just sort of sink in to their own natural alignment here. Toes just sort of land nice and softly. Take a moment or two to allow the tailbone to fall a little deeper in between the back of the hips. And maybe amongst that, the back of the hips spread a little for the vertebrae to keep falling back into the skin, resting into your mat, blanket, surface. And that vertebrae just falls in between the ribs. So if you need to readjust your position, please do. Notice how soft the sides of the neck are. Underneath the jaw is relaxed. The top of the jaw behind the ears, let that space be relaxed and easy. And we've got one more posture before we rest in Shavasana. So I invite you to walk the feet together and let the knees fall wide. Allow the breath to fill the belly, circle and sort of flow and soothe into that hip flexor, groin area. Keep encouraging the quadricep muscles to relax. Again, the back of the hands just rest into the earth. And just accept any big releases that you feel in the body. So maybe all of a sudden the knees drop like an inch or two, or it just feels like they do. Just letting the breath fill the body, stretch the skin, maybe stretch your clothes. Draw the belly button in on the exhale. Maybe the ribs contract a little just to help squeeze a little bit of extra air out. Wonderful. 2 more really satisfying breaths here. Being grateful for having made this time for yourself. Just, they say practicing yoga, but really practicing self-awareness, being kind and curious about how you're feeling, both on a physical level and emotional level. It does take time, it does take commitment, but I'm very, very proud of you. You've done amazing. So you can remain exactly as you are, or if you wish, you can lift the legs a little bit closer together and let the heels just slide out and away into your Shavasana. Let the hands rest over the belly, or if you wish, towards your heart space. Arms still rest back on the floor. And just breathing. Maybe you're noticing sounds that are in the room, or maybe outside of the room. Just let the sound come and go without getting too caught up in the story of the sound. You don't need to identify it, just notice it. And there wouldn't be any sounds if there wasn't silence. So allow your awareness just to absorb the silence, the quiet moments, the stillness. And just continue to just drop in and feel back in within your very amazing self. So thank you again for spending this really, really special time practicing yoga, self-care, self-love with me. I'm so, so lucky. I do hope you can subscribe to my channel and watch a few more of my yoga videos. I do hope you give me a thumbs up and perhaps even recommend this practice to another friend. Send it off to them and say, they've got to watch this, they've got to do this. You'll feel so much better. You'll feel bright and positive and alive and awake. You'll feel more like you. So I'm going to stay here because this is just a really beautiful, magical space. I've created this. I've worked for this. And so have you. So I hope I see you again soon, either back here in this practice again or in another one of my yoga videos very, very soon. Namaste, my beautiful yogi.